On this episode, we're going to see how LA's Land of Za is coming along by looking back on the last 9 shows. Let's check it out. So after visiting my first 9 pizzerias since the pandemic began, I must say it hasn't been too bad. Most have adjusted pretty well and are still hanging in there and cranking out quality slices. Paisanos New York-style pizza and pasta in Hermosa Beach is a little New York pizza joint located on Hermosa Avenue right in the heart of town. I love having New York pizza at the beach, and they served me up some solid New York-style slices that were absolutely delicious. And best of all, you get to enjoy your pizza while sitting on the sidewalk, taking in the scenery, the sun, and the fresh ocean air. The Coop Pizza is on the corner of National and Palms just outside of Culver City. They're a small, cash-only pizzeria putting out some amazing New York pies. My only gripe is that while the pizza was delicious and solid New York style, the slices were so tiny that it took like 4 slices to fill me up. But on the upside, this gave me the opportunity to explore their menu, and every one of those slices tasted great, especially the sausage slice. Enzos Pizzeria in Westwood Village was a place recommended to me a while back, but the first time I tried to eat there didn't go so well, and I was turned away due to some computer problem. So I recently gave them another try, and this time was successful. It's a nice-looking pizzeria that had plenty of tables out front for you to sit at and enjoy your meal. Unfortunately, my enjoyment was tapered by the very mediocre slices they served me. These slices were a bit dry and overcooked, and the flavor was just okay and nothing special. Right on Manhattan Beach Boulevard, just across from the pier, is Manhattan Pizzeria. The place looks like a grab-and-go pizza stand, but if you go inside, there's a dining room in the back. That, unfortunately, was off-limits due to the pandemic. So now, they are offering some tables out front on the street, which is great since it also offers an amazing view of the ocean. The slices served to me were really good New York-style slices, but would have definitely benefited from a reheat in the oven, which these slices didn't get. That would have really kicked them up. Joe Peeps New York Pizza in Valley Village is a place I had tried years ago and absolutely hated. But after learning that they actually serve 2 different kinds of pizza there, one of them being New York style and the other being a sloppy, overloaded mess called their 5,969 calorie pizza, I realized my mistake. So I went back and made sure to order the right pizza this time, which they only serve as whole pies. I couldn't believe the difference. Their New York pizza turned out to be great, and I enjoyed every slice. Santino's New York Pizza in Sherman Oaks was another recommendation, and after reading some of the many raving reviews on their website, my expectations were super high. Plus, when I stepped inside the pizzeria, I was very impressed with all of the pictures collected over the years of their loyal customers covering the walls. But unfortunately, the pizza they served me was a super letdown. While the slices were pretty big, not only did they not resemble New York-style pizza, but overall, they just weren't very good. Hard Times Pizza in Echo Park is a really cool-looking pizzeria with some tables out front and not much more than an ordering counter inside. Their pizza is straight-up New York style and very tasty and delicious. It did have a fair amount of grease, but that didn't prevent the slices from folding well and staying crispy, especially toward the edge. I tried their margarita slice as well, and while it certainly wasn't traditional, it was very, very good. Brazo Pizza in downtown LA is the only pizzeria I visited that seemed to be hurting from the pandemic. Besides having to close off their dining room to comply with the opening restrictions, they lost a lot of foot traffic that came from the many nearby businesses that had to close down. So now, the once busy bar and restaurant is only offering takeout and delivery. The slices I got were huge and tasted pretty good. Legit New York style for sure. But they were a bit greasy and the crust could have been crispier. Regardless, it was still a very solid showing. Panini Pizzeria and Italian Kitchen is a nice-looking place located on Hollywood's Sunset Strip, surrounded by legendary music venues like the Whiskey A Go-Go and the Viper Room. Since everything was closed off inside, there really wasn't much to look at. But they had a very charming sidewalk dining section in front of the place. The slices were pretty big and cut in half to make 4 smaller slices. They tasted really good, with a flavorful crust topped with a nice blend of sauce, cheese, and pepperoni. I would have liked a crispier crust, but the taste was on point and I enjoyed both slices. So there's another 7 pizzerias to add to LA's Land of ZA. I'm so glad these guys are holding their own throughout this pandemic. I'm always afraid that at some point one of them is going to be forced to shut down. But so far, the worst I've encountered is some places that used to sell by the slice are now only selling whole pies. In fact, I'm even finding a few brand new New York style pizzerias opening up during the pandemic, and they all seem to be doing very well. So if you have been to any of the pizzerias I've reviewed so far, let me know what you thought of them in the comments. And if you know of a place I should try next, be sure to let me know that too. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time on 2 Slice Challenge.